We've been working together on this studio presentation. We are having the best practitioners of the world, and we understand that we have limited time because this particular time, which is prime time in CNN, this is going to be in many languages, and it is being translated into about 74 languages and dialects in about 150 countries. So we're really happy to have you here in the studio. Micheal, thank you for coming. It is great to have you here. It is really great to have you here. As you know, Novartis is a company that has many, many admirers, and in particular you, as the Chief Technology and Base of the Pyramid Officer. These people are really looking forward to listening from you some of the questions that they share with me. As you know, the traditional world pharma and healthcare business is roughly speaking $1 trillion. This is in the formal market that you are familiar with. And it is, roughly speaking, 10 companies. The 10 largest pharma companies are taking advantage of this. However, this morning, you introduced to us the non-traditional, the informal base of the pyramid market, and it could be very, very attractive. With this context, we want to invite you to share with us, because there are some people here from academia, 2 or 3 major business/research issues that would allow Novartis and academia to work together.
Okay. Happy to do this.
Please do. See, this is a very intimate conversation.
Okay, I see.
No problem.
Especially when we are transferred in 150
74
countries,
languages,
right?
yes. That's exactly what it is.
What I believe what would be a very fruitful thing to do together with academia and research is to get a better understanding how social business is done in companies, not necessarily on a strategic level. Now, when we deal with the topic of bottom of the pyramid, it's very often very high level. This is a strategic rationale, this is a strategic imperative to develop markets, blah, blah. But how do you actually do this in a company? What do you have to do in terms of organizational alignment, process alignment, etc.? I don't know that much from science or research in this area, and I believe to work around this topic could be very fruitful. Another thing that I see as a fruitful area to work in is we are talking a lot about social enterprises. You know, we have seen Joan Chen that has started the fantastic organization with Embrace. Very, very interesting what they are doing. But if I look at the scale of these small outlets, it's not enough in order to tackle the challenge in the health sector. So what we need are social intrapreneurs in companies. And this is a very specific kind of skills that are not necessarily available in companies. I would like to see more research in the area of social intrapreneurship. What kind of skills do people need in companies in order to drive social businesses? And this already starts with perception patterns, you know? People don't believe in multinationals that you can make money in the bottom of the pyramid. You know, we are meeting here, we have great discussions, but if you look at the volume of the business, it's still not moving the needle today. And
well, let me introduce an aspect here, because social entrepreneurship, organizational alignment, move conversations to the strategic level. Can we really have faculty members, deans, and administrators do that?
Yes, of course.
Can you provide, like, what are the potential changes we need to make in academia?
I believe it's, you know, this depends certainly a little bit on the country you're working in Europe.
Let us say California, University of San Diego. Intuitively speaking.
I don't know University of San Diego that well in order to make a recommendation there.
Make it up, make it up. See, use your imagination.
You know, it's for me, I believe it's very much about refocusing your research as a researcher yourself. Which kinds of topics do you want to look at? And then, of course, it could be interesting to do this together with a company in a specific project context, you know, try to find out how a company like Novartis is really establishing Arogia Parivar, not only on a strategic but on an operational level, to do something like this. What are the processes that are driving these kind of initiatives in multinationals?
Now, we also understand that Novartis is has a very holistic way of approaching opportunities in the base of the pyramid. Share with us, like Novartis, academia, and international agencies like the International Development Bank. How could this work?
That's a good question. What we are...
They have lots of money, come on.
That's true, but we don't know how to use it. No, it's actually true. You know, I've spoken a little bit about microfinance, that we are thinking about complementing Arogia Parivar with a microfinance feature. And we have a lot of interest from organizations such you have mentioned to partner with us. But we are currently not able to really bring this on the ground on an operational level. This is our problem.
So basically, we need to refocus research. We need to introduce new ideas in the curriculum, such as social entrepreneurship, social enterprising, global enterprising, and perhaps bringing into the equation 2, 3, 4 additional partners in order to make the impact much more robust, correct? Mm-hmm. Now, let me go to the second question.
Maybe I can just add something to this, because when I talk about integrating social enterprise into the curriculum of a university, I wouldn't go that way to have 1 course or 2 courses on social enterprise. This must be an integrated element of all business/economic courses. Because, you know, the reality in company is that these ethical questions never come alone as an ethical question. They always come attached to a business challenge. And we are dealing with these topics in a very independent manner. We have a course on social business, and then you go to accounting, and the accounting professors are telling something completely differently. I think the reality doesn't work that way, and science shouldn't work that way. So for me, it's a call for action to integrate these kind of topics in the standard curriculum of all lectures you have in a business curriculum. This is a very far-reaching vision, I know.
No. Actually, I really like the way you make the complex simple, because that is actually one of the major skills to, you know, for base of the pyramid issues to materialize into something concrete. As you know, we have a really limited time, but however, we do have time from one of the people in the audience. You know, we have Carlos Gates. You know, Bill Gates, Carlos Gates, same family. Carlos Gates is a philanthropist, and we also understand that you are very much into philanthropic activities around the world. Let us assume that you have $10 million, and you would like to donate that to the Center for Peace and Commerce here at the University of San Diego. But you have that money with a particular purpose. And you say, Dr. Marcus, I would like to donate $10 million in A, B, and C. What are those things that you would like to have accomplished with your money?
I thought it was 10, then you said 1. So which one is
I'm also confused about that. That's a quick devaluation.
$10 million.
And the good thing, I even haven't had to negotiate about that.
No negotiation, be creative.
No,
$10 million.
If I would do this, I would really try for this integration of the topic of social enterprise into the standard curriculum of an organization. Maybe some professors would perceive this as a little bit heretic because it would endanger their scientific freedom. I don't know, but I would really go for that. I would put my money behind this. That's one thing. What I also would try to do is to look much more into cross-sectoral or cross-disciplinary activities within such a center. Just by an example, in the health area, and this is what I try to explain in the morning, it's not about the manufacturing or the research about the specific drug. You have to look at public health policy. You have to look at economic factors. You have to look at how do you do training and all these kind of things. So a lot of different disciplines should come together in order to have real impact on the ground. So this is for me a reason why I would invest into a cross-disciplinary activity in such a center if I would put 10 millions into it. And last but not least, I believe this center would have to make clear that this topic of ethics or social enterprise is not a topic for an individual. It's a topic for the governance of a company. And you need, as a manager, you need specific skills in order to drill or ingrain this topic into the governance of an organization. We need people that are motivated and committed to do something, but they need to have the skills to really drive this through a company. Otherwise, it will stay a singular phenomenon in a company. And I would also put some research or some activity into this.
So basically, before we go into commercial time, because Tata Motors is, sponsoring this particular event, basically I would like to summarize what you have said. We really need to refocus research or to allocate funds to refocus research, to also bring, faculty development programs, student orientation into this activity, a total integration of this particular issue into the whole curriculum. And in particular, you would like to have not only cross, but transdisciplinary activity that puts together business, medical, engineering, ethics, all together with impeccable execution. Thank you for coming, Michael.
Very well
It is great to
summarized.
have you here.
Thanks.
Thank you.